I'm Lisa. I'm the Barefoot Pampered Chef. I'm going to turn on some more lights really quick. What I want to show you today, I just got off of work and I would like something for lunch, and I'm actually going to use this for dinner as well. And we're going to make a curried chicken salad. So this is a really good chicken salad. You can put it on a roll like I'm going to do. You can put it on a croissant. You can put it on a bagel. You can just have it on a little bed of alfalfa sprouts, which are great. I just like it for just about everything. So the first thing that we're going to do, I'm going to move this batter bowl so you can see a little bit better, is I'm going to use my close and chop. Now we're going to use the close and chop on the chicken, or the close and cut. So I want to do the other things that I have to do first, because I'm going to have to wash this out after I do the chicken, which is really, really simple. It wipes down really easily, but I just want to get those done first. So the very first thing that I'm going to do, as you see, this has really nice, soft, pressable, springy sides. I'm going to put my roll in it. These are not cut rolls. You can do the same with a bagel, a croissant. And what I'm going to do is just kind of press down on this lightly. And you can use a serrated knife. That'll work just fine. I'm just using my regular knife. Cut right through it. Perfect cut in half roll. Easy as pie. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab myself a plate. Usually I have my mise en place and place better than this, but today I apparently don't. So I'm going to put that roll there so when I get my salad all the way done, I can just make myself a sandwich. The next thing that we're going to cut in our closing cut is about 1 cup of grapes. This is where this device earns its pay. Because all I do is throw in that whole entire cup of grapes. So you can see here that whole entire cup of grapes fits nicely in here. I'm just going to close that down, and I'll show you this way, because I can do this anyway. Put my blade in, give it a little cut. All of my grapes, I'll show you here in my bowl, are cut in half. Every single one of them. So that's an amazing, quick way to do that. So now what we're going to do is we're actually going to almost butterfly this chicken breast, so it cooks a little bit faster. You get these ginormous chicken breasts from the store, and they just take forever to cook in the pan. So what I did is I actually took the chicken breast, put it on a little bit of freezer paper. You can use parchment or foil, and I'm going to give it a top. I'm going to put this into my cutter, my closing cut. So you can see it's just sitting on there. Smush it down a little bit and go in between the 2 sheets of paper. The paper might get cut a little bit, that's fine. You're not going to use it again anyway. Throw this in the sink because it needs to be washed because it touched raw poultry. And if you see, I'll pull this out of here. We have 2 chicken breast halves. I'm going to need to get a new cutting board because these did touch the cutting board. So what I'm going to do is just season both of these with a little bit of salt and pepper. I've got my stove turned up to about medium, and I have a little bit of olive oil in there. And because we cut these in half, they're going to cook a heck of a lot faster than a big old chicken breast would. So I'm just going to flop these in. I'm going to throw away this paper. Get rid of this because it touched chicken, raw chicken. And I'm going to quickly wash my hands. So the next thing that we're going to do, since we have our grapes cut, we have our chicken cooking and cut, and we have our roll cut, is we're going to take a Granny Smith apple, make sure you take the little sticker off of it, and we're going to use our veggie peeler, and we're just going to get some good strips going into this bowl. Just make sure that you don't hit the core. I like apples and fruit in my chicken salad, so I'm actually going to use the whole entire apple. So I've got a whole apple in there. Put this into my garbage bowl or my prep sink. The next thing we're going to do is use our manual processor really quick. And that chicken's just doing its own thing. And you turn it up, turn it down, let it sit. That's the best thing to do with chicken. Just kind of let it do its thing. I'm going to take 2 pieces of celery. Break those into little chunks quickly. And I'm going to throw these in the food processor. If I actually put it on right. These are all diced up really nicely. So I'm just going to scrape that into my bowl. We're actually going to use this food processor for the chicken once it's done. And I've got 2 pieces over here sitting that I'm going to show you how to do. So we don't need to clean it out just yet. Put my blade back in. Now that chicken is sitting fairly well. I'm not going to flip it yet. But I have these pieces over here that I have just done. You want to make sure that your chicken gets up to temperature. I believe that's 160 or 165. I have a little thermometer here that I sit next to my stove all the time. I'm going to put 2 pieces in here at a time. Make sure this is on right. And I'm just going to zhuzh them up. Or not. They might just be sticking. Sometimes you might have to rip them in pieces just to get them to process up. That's fine. I've let them cool off for a little bit, so they're nothing major. Because this chicken is almost done on that side, I'm going to give it another quick season, because you want to season both sides of your chicken. Just gives the meat flavor, so you don't have to add as much flavor to the actual salad. Although I will add a little bit of salt and pepper. I've got this in little pieces. It's not completely cut up, but it'll do. I'm going to do my 2 other chicken breasts here. And then I think it'll be time to turn that one over. I think the reason that some people don't like cooking is they get stressed out in the kitchen. What's the worst that's going to happen? You mess up and you have to call for takeout. It's really not that big of a deal. As long as you don't set the house on fire, you're fine. Okay. So I'm going to flip those chicken breasts over. I'm going to process the rest of this one. There it goes. And we can cut this up a little bit more while it's in there. So if it doesn't cut all the way up, that's fine. Get all this stuff into my sink there. Making a mess today. It's not like me. So I'm just going to give this a quick little mix. And the really good thing about this mix and scraper is it's nice and sturdy, so I can chop up this chicken a little bit more. Give it a quick mix in here with the grapes and the celery and the apples. And then what I'm also going to add to give it a little crunch is we're going to add half of a cup of craisins and half of a cup of slivered almonds. So I've got that in my 1 cup prep bowl. Just get this all nice and mixed together. And for the dressing, we're going to go really easy today. What we're going to do, that's still cooking, is add 1 cup of Greek yogurt, just plain Greek yogurt. I've got some salt and pepper in here already. And then in the bottom, I have 2 teaspoons of yellow curry powder. Now yellow curry powder is not hot. It's a very mild, almost floral or fruity kind of sweet curry powder. And I just think it gives amazing flavor and color, this lovely yellow color to this chicken salad. So I'm just going to mix this all up. If you need to, if your chicken breasts were bigger than mine or you like it a little bit more creamy, you can add some more Greek yogurt. The thing about this kind of cooking is you can add what you want. It's not a science like baking is. So I've got this all nice and mixed up. Oops. Oh, oopsie. Have to go to me. So I will add my other chicken breast here in a minute, but I just want to show you how nicely this looks on a roll. Just get a good scoop of that on the bottom of the roll. You can use this for parties. You can use it for a picnic. Oh, look at that. That is so good. And I would take a bite, but considering I'm being so messy today and I already have grape in my mouth, I don't think it'll work out. So, we can get all of these tools on www.pamperedchef.biz/Lisa Wright, LISAWRIGHT. And for this chicken salad, we cut our roll and our grapes, 1 cup of grapes, on our closing cut, and then we butterflied. Technically, we all cut them all the way in half. Butterfly is when you cut them almost all the way in half. We butterflied our chicken breasts so that they would cook faster in just a little bit of olive oil. So we're just sauteing those. We use 1 whole Granny Smith apple on our veggie strip maker. And then we put in half of a cup of slivered almonds, half of a cup of craisins or dried cranberries or raisins if you want, that's fine. And we use 2 stalks of celery. And then for the dressing, we have 1 cup of plain Greek yogurt and 2 teaspoons of curry powder and then a little bit of salt and pepper. So hopefully you can make this recipe. It's really simple, and I hope you enjoy it and have a great rest of your day. Thanks.